Hi there, geometry students. This is Ms. Hefty here. We're doing our second algebra review, and we're talking about order of operations today. Two ways to remember your order of operations. PEMDAS is one way, and some people are familiar with PEMDAS. The other way that I've used is the P stands for parentheses, please. E stands for exponents, or please excuse. M stands for Mary, for multiply. D stands for dear, or divide. A stands for add, please excuse my dear aunt, and S is for subtract, or for Sally. So PEMDAS. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Those are your orders of operation. One thing to keep in mind, when you have multiply and divide together, you do those from left to right. When you have add and subtract, you do those from left to right. What I'm talking about here, people, is this. 14 minus 8 plus 2. I have only adding and subtracting here, so I start and I go from the left to the right. So 14 minus 8 is 6, and then plus 2 is 8. All right, so keep that in mind when you have all adding or all adding and subtracting or all multiplying and dividing. So let's take a look at our examples. In example number 1, we're asked to evaluate. So I have 7 plus 2 times 4 minus 4. So I'm thinking of, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. I don't have any parentheses. I don't have any exponents. Next thing I'm looking for is my multiplying and dividing. Here's my multiplying. So you people need to show your steps. Do not do all this in your head. Make sure you're writing the details down. 7 plus 2 times 4 is 8 minus 4. Okay, so I've got my multiplying and dividing done. Now I'm on to adding and subtracting. This is exactly what I was talking about, guys. Now I'm going from left to right. Yes, adding happens to be the first thing, but that is just coincidence. I'm going left to right. 15 minus 4. 15 minus 4 is 11. Make sure you box in your answers. Okay, let's take a look at example number 2. Again, this is a great visual for me, people. I have that at the top of my paper, so I can be looking at that. I'm looking for my parentheses. Here are my parentheses. So 5 plus 2 is 7 times 2. On the top, I have 2 times 4 squared minus 8 divided by 2. Okay, next thing I'm looking for is my exponents. And so I see my exponents are right here. So now I'm going to go 2 times 16 minus 8 divided by 2. You still have 7 times 2. All right, now I'm on to multiplying and dividing. Multiplying and dividing. There's multiplying. There's multiplying, dividing, excuse me, and there's multiplying. So I have my 2 times 16, 32, minus 8 times 2 is 4. 7 times 2 is 14. I'm running out of room. You guys should keep working down. If you've run out of room, then go up to the side. So now I have my adding and subtracting. I've got 32 minus 4. So I have 28 over 14. 28 divided by 14 is 2. Remember to work down, people. Work down your paper. Do not work across. All right, let's take a look at our next example. All right, let's take a look at example number 3. It says evaluate. I have an expression here, and I need to plug and chug is what Mr. Ludlam would say. I need to plug in my numbers in for x and y. So that's the first thing I'm going to do. 3, my x is 3 squared. I'm doing times, that's why I got parentheses, plus 3, my y is 0.5 minus 5. All right, again, I need my visual. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. I'm looking for parentheses first. Now, some of you maybe are looking right here and you're saying, oh, Ms. Hefty, you got parentheses there. I have parentheses because that's 3 squared. So that's not really parentheses. This is my parentheses right here. So I have 3 times 3 squared plus 3. Okay, I have a half, or 0.5 minus 5. That's a negative 4.5. Okay, now I'm on to exponents. Okay, here's my exponents. So that's the next thing I need to take care of. 3 times 9 plus 3 times a negative 4 and 5/10, or 4.5. Okay, now let's take a look. Multiplying and dividing. Okay, I have multiplying right here, and I have multiplying right there. So 3 times 9 is 27, plus 3 times a negative 4 and 5/10 is a negative 13 and 5/10. And you can use your calculator on that, people. You can't just go ahead and punch this all in your calculator, though. I expect to see all the details. At this point now, I have 27 plus a negative 13.5, which gives me a positive 13 and 5/10. And box in your answer. All right, let's take a look at our last example, which is example number 4. So I have 250 divided by, I have a bracket here, 5 times the quantity, 3 times 7 plus 4. Let me get my visual again. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. So I'm looking for my parentheses. I'm actually going inside this bracket, and then I'm applying the same rules inside that bracket. So I'm going to look for my parentheses inside that bracket. And inside my parentheses, I need to do which operation first? First, multiply or add. Multiply is the first thing in the list here. So within my parentheses, I need to multiply. We got 250 divided by bracket 5 parenthesis. This is 21 plus 4. All right, I'm still working inside my parentheses. I'm trying to get this taken care of first. So we need to do this next. 250 divided by bracket 5. And 21 plus 4 is 25. All right, now at this point I'm looking at these brackets here, which are kind of like parentheses. So I'm looking at these brackets right here. This is the only thing I have inside there, so I'm going to take and I'm going to multiply that. 250 divided by 125. 250 divided by 125 is 2. So when you have those brackets and those parentheses, you need to go inside there and you need to apply the same order of operations that you do normally. So you guys have a great night, and I will see you in class tomorrow.